With CM Punk sending feelers to WWE to gauge interest in a return and more, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. In an interview with WrestleZone, Baron Corbin was asked which chef he would like to have a match against, as he said, Gordon Ramsay. We've done some crazy shows over in London. I think the food is better here than over there, so we could argue about that. Gordon Ramsay, if you do hear this, beef Wellington is disgusting. That's his #1 dish, so that's what we'll fight over. Loser has to eat a beef Wellington. Announcing that she suffered an injury and is being forced to pull out from an indie tour, former WWE star Steph DeLander said on X, unfortunately last night at WSW Wrestling Australia during the main event, there was a miscommunication and I ended up hitting my head on the concrete floor. Due to the nature of my injury, doctors have pulled me from the remainder of the tour. I will have more updates as they come, so sorry to everyone who was excited to see me this trip. On Smackdown, WWE commentator Corey Graves said this during the Fastlane promotion for the match with Seth Rollins against Shinsuke Nakamura. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making the world forget that he existed. CM Punk had a promo back during his days in Ring of Honor where he used this same line. Due to this, many fans assumed Graves was referencing CM Punk and a possible return to the company for the former WWE champion. Graves would respond to this on X, revealing that he was quoting a movie and not CM Punk, writing, "You guys should really see The Usual Suspects." Following Smackdown, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and Jey Uso took on Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor. Here's the clip. As former AEW Women's Champion Thunder Rosa has been out of action with an injury, Ringside News wrote this. Dave Meltzer revealed during the F4W Daily Update that Thunder Rosa is expected to make her return soon. The note simply said, "We're told Thunder Rosa is now expected back very shortly." Responding to the announcement of Powerhouse Hobbs taking on Chris Jericho on AEW Dynamite, a fan wrote, "What will the reason be that Jericho wins or won't lose cleanly?" Jericho then said, "I'm a selfish MFer that only cares about myself. Duh." Giving an update on his health, Kyle O'Reilly, who has been out of action from AEW for over a year now, wrote on Instagram, "I had my neck fused last September to fix some nerves that had gotten themselves compressed somehow. I'm sure a career of landing on my head for a living played a role, but sadly we'll never know. Regardless, I had been in pain and losing strength in my right arm for some time, and no amount of tape or denial could delay my surgery any longer. Unfortunately, I suffered from a rare post-surgical complication, and suddenly I couldn't move my arm at all. C5 palsy, the doctor said, and nerves take a long time to heal. So I was left to be patient and test my perseverance. Needless to say, it was disheartening to relearn activities like brushing my teeth and wiping my ass with my left hand. My career wasn't in question any longer, it was my quality of life. But focusing on what I could control every day kept me sane, such as being the best father I could possibly be. Every other moment has been spent rehabbing, dry needling, and training. A few months ago, I discovered the newbie device, an electric stim machine that runs on direct current akin to the human nervous system. The machine has many terrific uses, but specializes in helping those with post-surgical neurological injuries. Within a month of using the newbie, I once again had full range of motion in my shoulder. My nerves are all online again and firing with enough power to get the dinosaurs back in their pins. Grateful for the support of my friends and fans over this last year, and to the newbie device and my trainer and diet coach for not only giving me back my quality of life, but for getting me closer to my ultimate goal, a return to the ring. The wrestling ring has felt like an oasis in the desert for me these last 12 months. I know if I keep walking, I'll eventually reach it, but I don't know if it'll just disappear when I get there like a mirage. I'm so parched, all I want to do is get to the oasis and drink to quench my thirst, but I have to be careful or I'll trip in the sand or collapse from the heat. I guess that's why this is taking so long. Patience and perseverance. The good news is I can see the oasis now. It's definitely not a mirage. Despite Bray Wyatt's unfortunate passing, it seems that there could be hope for his brother Bo Dallas to return to WWE as Uncle Howdy, with it said that Ringside News was told by a tenured member of the creative team that Triple H is always open to ideas from the writers and there are always ideas regarding different talents. That being said, Triple H has not shut down hearing ideas that would bring Uncle Howdy back to television. We were told that I'm sure someone has pitched a creative idea to bring Uncle Howdy back into the creative picture. That being said, an idea of Uncle Howdy's return is not coming from the top down, it's coming from pitches. Triple H is open to hearing ideas instead of dictating. Of course, dictating always became Vince McMahon's pattern, but it's a new era in WWE right now where ideas flow a bit more freely. With speculation that LA Knight could be facing off against Roman Reigns in the future, it was said that Ringside News reached out to discuss LA Knight's current situation about his push in WWE. In the process, we were told that Roman Reigns versus LA Knight is not happening at Survivor Series. Some fans may want to book that match with LA Knight versus Roman Reigns in November, but that isn't the plan. That being said, the rumor mill is still churning with their own narrative. Ringside News exclusively reported that WWE has made a decision about their War Games match. That contest is already booked, and Roman Reigns' match is booked at Survivor Series, so fans of LA Knight will have to keep waiting if they want to see him take on the head of the table. In a sign that WWE's latest signing, Jade Cargill, could be debuting at Fastlane, it was reported that, as PWInsiderElite.com exclusively broke earlier this week, former AEW star Jade Cargill was expected to be in attendance at tomorrow's WWE Fastlane pay-per-view, as well as next week's Raw and Smackdown tapings. We can confirm Cargill, who has been training at the WWE Performance Center since signing with the company, has been spotted tonight in Indianapolis ahead of the pay-per-view. We'll have to see what WWE does with Jade Cargill. It is very possible that her journey with the company will start at Fastlane. Giving details on CM Punk's recent possible interactions with WWE following his firing from AEW, Sean Ross Apple said, "As of 2 weeks ago, nobody within WWE had indicated that CM Punk and the company had talks. In late September, we were told that it appeared there were feelers out from Punk to WWE to see if there was any interest there. One WWE employee as of last month advised someone close to Punk that talking to Vince McMahon directly would have been the best course of action to secure a return to the company. In the past, we're told Vince McMahon was adamant to Fox that he wasn't interested in bringing Punk back, though Fox had been pushing for it before he went to AEW. Nobody in WWE had been told that a return is happening, and most top talent are opposed to it. However, they don't feel it's an impossibility, and both those close to Punk and WWE believe Punk would do it, but there are fences to mend. One top star said that Punk knows he wouldn't be able to pull any of his here. There's nobody here he could jump without getting his ass handed to him. When we brought that up, WWE would likely want to talk to top talent about Punk coming in. That same person said the talk really needed to be with Punk. Another top talent said that they believe Triple H wouldn't risk the negativity that Punk would bring, but then did recall that it wouldn't be the first time that he's brought someone in with baggage since being in control. The general feeling we got was that Punk would need to make good with a number of influential talent in general. Within AEW, one top star said that before Brawl Out happened, Punk would still verbalize how much he didn't like WWE, Triple H, and Vince McMahon, and would be surprised if he went back there. Another said now he's in a much less forgiving situation from a career perspective. Staying on the topic of CM Punk, Ringside News wrote that according to multiple WWE sources, while WWE is aware that Punk is available and there have been internal discussions amongst talents about what a Punk return could look like, there are no official talks happening at this time. Impact Wrestling had hopes of bringing Punk in for appearances, but as of now, nothing has been confirmed on that front either. With both Bound for Glory and Survivor Series taking place in Chicago, they could serve as natural locations for a Punk appearance. One WWE source mentioned to PW Insider that the idea of a grand return at the Royal Rumble, stating, if we brought Punk back, Royal Rumble could be a far grander moment if we brought him back. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.